Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Angelie, and today we're talking about one of the things that I think is so important when you're talking about entertaining or cooking in your kitchen. You know, every time I have guests over, or if I have an impromptu dinner party, or just anyone to just hang even, I always have a cheese plate. So I think it's super important to find out how to make a cheese plate properly. And so joining me today is my friend, Chef Devan. Welcome to my kitchen, Dev.
Thank you for having me.
So exciting, because we're gonna learn about all the different types of cheeses you need to incorporate on your platter. So take it away, Dev.
So certain rules of thumb when I'm making a cheese platter. You want a good selection of cheeses. And when I say selection of cheeses, you can break that down by cow, goat, sheep, or if that's a little bit too complicated, just you want to have a nice selection of soft cheeses, harder cheeses, medium. A good example of a hard cheese, of course, Parmesan, Reggiano, Manchego. Gruyere can be as well. You can use that. So I'm just going to take a nice pile of the Parmesan. And the Parmesan itself has a very unique shape when you buy it, depending on how you buy it. So you get these ripples in it when you slice it, natural ripples in it, which are pretty cool. On top of that, we can, or in addition to that rather, we have Gruyere, which is here. Everything you kind of want to aim to get it sliced a little bit differently, and I'll put that over here. So these are little smaller cubes. It's a really good tip is to have something aged on your board. So we have aged white cheddar. So I'm just going to take it, and I'll just, with this one, I'll fan it out a little bit. There will be a lot of cheese on this by the end, but it probably won't be enough for me and you still. So I'm just going to lay those down there. We have a smoked cheese here, so smoked Gouda, and this is also a soft one. You can see, oh, this brings me to a good point. The cheese should be at room temperature.
Oh, okay.
No one wants to be cutting into really super cold cheese, or like a nice room temperature is good. It'll also work a lot better with the wine that way. So with these guys, we can just lay down some of these strips, and again, you don't have to slice the outside. Beautiful smoked flavor in there. We have some blue. Now, rule of thumb with these cheeses is you kind of want to place them off to the side if you can. Okay, so that should hold. So the blue I'm going to place over here, just in case someone's really turned off by blue cheese and they don't want to be seeing it or smelling it, and it starts getting to all the other cheeses that we have there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cheeses. We're missing a cheese that can go here. I know you're allergic to goat cheese.
Yeah, so I brought some boursin.
So we're going to use boursin. I had this in the freezer. I have a plate here where I just zested lemon, lime, and orange zest. Okay. And I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to drop it.
We're taking it to another level. You're taking your store-bought soft cheese and amplifying it.
Yeah, and I'm just going to shake it around on here. You can roll all the corners, but I find the zest might be a little bit much. Okay. And then I'm going to take this guy and just make sure it's really nice and coated as much as you can. And then this goes somewhere on the platter. We'll put that right in the middle because it is kind of a showpiece. And we'll fan this out. So again, recapping rules of thumb when you're making cheese platters. A nice hard cheese, soft cheese, semi-soft cheese, semi-hard cheese, a stinky cheese like a blue, Cambozola, Gorgonzola. All those cheeses work really well. And if you want to separate it by the animal, cow, goat, sheep, if you're hardcore like that, that's totally cool. And I think you have some really cool ways to put your spin on it.
Okay, so I love cheese. I love wine and cheese. I love cheese parties and cheese platters, and give me all the cheese you can. So the way I like to dress up my cheese platter is by adding some fruits. We have some grapes here, so we're gonna just add some grapes, get rid of that one.
Grapes are a good palate cleanser as well when you're eating cheese.
And some olives. I've got some, I do pitted for a party because I think it's just awkward to have a pit in your mouth after you eat an olive.
It's very awkward.
And then you have like people avoiding olives when they really love olives, so I'd rather just have pitted olives. And I do a different variety of shapes and sizes and colors and varieties. And then just to be a little more fun, we've got some marinated artichokes and sun-dried tomatoes here, so I'm gonna add that in. And you might even have, you know, a larger platter going on, or keep these off to the side. But one of my favorite things to add is something sweet. I like to put a little honey. I've got some lavender honey here. It's one of my favorites. I love it. It has a bit of a floral scent and taste. So it adds a little bit of sweetness, so you can match it with those aged cheeses. I think taste really good.
Absolutely.
On a cracker, so yummy. And we have some herbe de Provence mustard. Moutard, love it. So good. It doesn't fit because we're going a little crazy here.
I'm so hungry.
There we go. And
perfect.
That is, oh, and don't forget this olive ciabatta. So good. And you slice that up for us?
Yep, so we can put those here.
Amazing.
Oh, another tip too is like a lot of times you're not sure whether to put bread or crackers on the platter. I recommend both.
Okay.
It's nice to have an assortment. We can make 2 with all this.
I think we...
1 for each of us.
That's my kind of dinner party. It's all the food groups, right?
It's amazing.
Wink, wink.
Looks beautiful.
Okay. It looks beautiful. It's going to taste amazing, and I think we need to eat some right now.
So down.
Let's go.
Okay, good. So I'm doing smoked Gouda. You're doing the Gruyere, it looks like.
With a little honey.
Room temperature,
So good.
delicious, smoky.
So good. And I like a little grape action with that.
Amazing, good job.
Thanks for joining me, Devin, in my kitchen. Thanks to you guys for watching. And if you liked our video, definitely subscribe and comment, like, leave us a message. You can find Devin at chefdevin.ca, and I'm on Instagram, Twitter at Angelie Sood. See you next time on another Lifestyle Wow.